So hope all of you saw the video. This temple, which we have shown, is a very important temple. So it's one of the temples at Vrindavan. So I stayed in this temple at the ashram, just which is very near to the temple, and we have seen many devotees over there coming to Vrindavan, and I think this is one of the topmost temple that people visit in the Vrindavan. So we have Prabhuji Radhacharan Das ji.
You know everything about the new Hero Maestro Edge 125 with Hero Connected.
We will explain about Radha Damodar temple. It's also you have to focus. And you also have a sign language.
Lakme CC Cream, Lakme, reinvent. This presents for Father Time, Prestige Care.
Radhe Radhe. Start, okay. Sri Sri Radha Damodar Mandir. First of all, Radhe Radhe. Radha Damodar temple was first established by Srila Jiva Goswami in the year 1542. Later, in the year 1670, when Aurangzeb attacked Vrindavan, they were shifted to Jaipur. Later, when conditions became favorable, they were brought back to Vrindavan in the year 1739. Before Jiva Goswami left his body, Jiva Goswami was serving the deities. Before he left his body, he gave the service to Krishna Dasa. Presently, the descendants of Krishna Dasa take care of these deities. As Anantadev Prabhu had already told, this is one of the ancient temples of Vrindavan and also one of the 7 significant temples of Vrindavan. And as he said, he was living very near the temple. And I got an opportunity to go and meet him many times near this temple in Vrindavan. Among the 6 Goswamis, Sanatan Goswami is the eldest. Sanatan Goswami took a vow to do the parikrama of Giriraj Parvat every day. and he was doing it regularly. The parikrama is very long, 21 kilometers. But as time passed, Sanatan Goswami became old, and it was very difficult for him to do the parikrama. But because he took a vow, he was doing it. Lord Krishna appeared in front of Sanatan Goswami and requested him to stop the parikrama. But Sanatan Goswami refused because it was his vow. So Lord Krishna himself manifested a Shila, Govardhan Shila, and gave it to Sanatan Goswami. This Shila you had seen in the video which was shown at the beginning. It was mounted on a silver throne. We can see the footprint of Lord Krishna on the Shila. Also, we can see the imprint of the Lakotia. Lakotia is the straw, that rod of walking rod of Krishna. Footprint and Lakotia we can see on the Saligram Shila. And Lord Krishna blessed him that if you take 4 parikramas of this Saligram Shila, it is equal to doing 1 parikrama of Govardhan Parvat. This Shila is still there in the Radha Damodar temple, and if you do 4 parikramas of this temple, it is as good as doing 1 parikrama of Govardhan. Parikrama of Govardhan is very valuable. Many people take a vow that if such and such work of mine is done, I will do a parikrama of Govardhan. Now, if you are an old person or any problem, then we can just do 4 parikramas of this temple and our vow is fulfilled. Also, as we have seen in the video shown before this Zoom meeting, we have seen 2 samadhis. The 2 samadhis are of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Recently, means a decade ago, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj sponsored new tiles for this samadhis. Srila Prabhupada stayed in this temple for 6 years before he left for America. At that time, Srila Prabhupada used to pay a rent of 15 rupees per month. And that also was very huge at that time.
Babuji, how much was it?
15 rupees. 15. From this room, Srila Prabhupada used to go to Delhi every month to publish his Back to Godhead magazine. And as we have been discussing, that there are 7 prominent temples in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada, without fail, used to visit all the remaining 6 temples. In one temple, he is himself staying. All the 7 temples is to do everyday darshan before going to America. From the kitchen, from the window of the kitchen of Srila Prabhupada, he could see the samadhis of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Every day, Srila Prabhupada used to pray to the samadhis to give him strength to go to America and preach and also to publish books, spiritual books. And we have seen Srila Prabhupada did receive the blessings from the 2 samadhis in Radha Damodar temple, and his preaching is history. And his books are there in every university of the world. Also, Srila Prabhupada gave sannyas diksha to Srila Bhaktipad in this temple. Srila Bhaktipad was the first sannyas disciple of Srila Prabhupada. When he gave diksha, it was summertime. But Srila Prabhupada insisted that Bhaktipad wear the coat, 3-piece coat. He wanted to make it clear to Brajavasis that he was successful in making the English people wearing 3-piece suit to come back to sannyas saffron clothes. So main deities of Radha Damodar temple are Radha Damodar ji and Giriraj Sheela. Other than this, there are also Radha Vrindavan Chandra temple deities, and Radha Madhav, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, and also Jagannath temple. Jagannath deity is there, single Jagannath. So now let us use the remaining time for the other temple, Radha Shyamasundar. Have you to show any video or something? So,
Yes, Prabhuji, I think they're going to show something.
okay.
So Anand Dev ji is just introducing that Shyam is very close to Radha Damodar temple, and
Yeah.
it's a very beautiful temple. And yes, Prabhuji, we can continue.
Yeah. So Radha Shyamasundar temple is also one of the 7 prominent temples of Vrindavan. It is 2 minutes walk from Radha Damodar temple. So both Radha Damodar temple and Radha Shyamasundar temple are situated very near the Seva Kunj in the Loi Bazaar of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, everybody addresses each other Radhe Radhe. Even if he is a Muslim, and in this context, this temple is very having a very huge significance because the deities of this temple are Swayambhu and they have appeared from the heart of Radharani. There is Radha Krishna in the center. This is different. This Radha Krishna deities were worshipped by Baladeva Vidya Bhushan, who wrote Govinda Bhashya, which is a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which is a very difficult task. Because we are all Vaishnavas and Vedanta Sutra is about something else. That is why Srila Prabhupada had dedicated his masterpiece book called Bhagavad Gita as it is to Baladev Vidya Bhushan. You can take a book from ISKCON, Gita, and see the first page. Prabhupada writes they are dedicated to Baladev Vidya Bhushan. So the central deities are the deities worshipped by Baladev Vidya Bhushan. Now about the deity which has manifested from the heart of Radharani, it is on the left side of the deities or to the right side of the viewer. When we view the God, it is on our right side, and if the God is there, it is on his left side. Taking 4 parikramas of this temple arouses prema bhakti in our heart. In the courtyard of this temple, there is a small another temple called Vrinda Devi temple. In the Vrinda Devi temple, there is an underground hall where Shyamananda Prabhu used to do bhajan. Shyamananda Prabhu was the disciple of Jiva Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami. Initially, the name of Shyamananda Prabhu was Krishna Das. Krishna Das used to serve Srila Jiva Goswami very nicely, his guru. He had 2 sevas. First seva was to fetch water from Yamuna to do the puja for his guru. Second seva was to clean the Vrindavan streets One day, while cleaning the street grooves of Vrindavan, he found one anklet pile. As soon as he saw that anklet, he became ecstatic. He hugged that anklet to his chest, and then he put that anklet to his forehead and pressed it very tightly, so tightly that a mark had formed on his forehead. Suddenly, two girls, Sakis, appeared in front of him, and they asked for the anklet. He loved the anklet so much, so he didn't want to give it away just like that. So he told, okay, if the owner comes, I have to return. But I have to confirm who is the owner. Only then I will give you. Then the two Sakis were actually Lalita and Vishaka. They asked him to accompany them. They took him to Radha Kund and asked him to take a dip in the Radha Kund. As soon as he took the dip in the Radha Kund, his body changed into a girl and he became a Saki. And he could see that these two Sakis were Lalita and Vishaka. And he could see Radharani also. And Radharani showed him the other anklet. So he had to give the anklet, but he was very sad to part with it. Then Radharani told him that this Leela has taken place because the reason, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is always think of me, Krishna says. And while sweeping the Vrindavan, while doing your seva, you were very intensely remembering me and Krishna. Very intensely. So remembrance is very important in devotional life. Even remembrance is a seva. So Radharani said, I am very happy with your seva. So from my heart, I am manifesting this deity and giving you. I won't give the anklet, but I'll give you my deity. I give you myself. So Krishnadasa took that deity and came back to Radha Shyamsundar temple. But being a humble person, he never told anybody about his darshan of Radharani, about Lalita Vishaka. He never told anybody. But his guru, Srila Jiva Goswami, was very uh, knowledgeable. So he immediately came to know what happened in his meditation. So he told him that this deity has been given to you by Srimati Radharani. I came to know, though you did not tell me. And it manifested from her heart. This is Shamam Danam, because Radharani is also called Shama. Shyam is Krishna, Shama is Radha. They also say Shama Sham. No? So Shama is Radha. So he called it Shamam Danam. From that day, the name of Krishnadas became Shyamananda Prabhu. And the temple came to be known as Radha Shyamasundar. Now the deities are being taken care of by the descendants of this Shyamananda Prabhu or the Krishnadas Prabhu. For Shyamananda Prabhu, the anklet mark is there on the forehead till he died. But the disciples don't have automatic mark. So as a respect to their guru, they artificially put a anklet mark. Like we put a Vaishnav tilak, they put the anklet tilak. You go to Vrindavan, you can see the people belonging to the Radha Shyamasundar temple, they are wearing anklet mark on their forehead, black mark. This is all about Radha Shyamasundar temple. So among the prominent temples, 4 have been done, 5 have been done. Today 2, previously 3. 2 temples remain. Their names are Radha Gokulanand and Radha Raman. Radhe Radhe. That's all for today from my side.
So Anandev ji is saying that we have already covered 3 temples last time, and this time 2 temples, and we are going to cover 2 more temples in the next session. So Anandev ji has a question. What is the reason or any specific reason for the 4 times that they have to do the parikrama? So why is the number 4? Is there any specific reason for that?
For Radha Damodar temple?
Hanji. So you said that for that Sila you have to, Lord Krishna had said you can just do parikrama 4 times instead of the whole.
Yeah, I do not know exact reason, but it is believed that Lord Krishna told him that you do 4 times. Maybe if he knows, he can tell us. I do not know exact reason. Otherwise, if we want to interpret it, this is not the exact reason, but just my interpretation. There are 4 Purusharthas. Purusharthas, there are 4. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. But that is in the Karma Kandiya style. In devotional service, if Krishna says anything, we say, Dharmam tu Shakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Sanskrit slok, which means whatever Krishna says, that is our religion. Whatever he says, this is created.
Can you repeat that, please?
Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam.
The meaning?
Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam.
उसका अर्थ क्या है?
That is Sanskrit. Means whatever Krishna says, that is the religion for us. If suddenly Krishna says, this is morning time, for us it is morning. In the Gita it is said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Abandon all kinds of religion, just surrender to me. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Of course, I am not denying that there can be a very deep meaning for 4 parikramas, but I do not know.
एक और question है. I think there is somebody who wants to ask a question.
Okay.
आनंददेव जी बोल रहे हैं कि he's just repeating what you said, that Lord Krishna, whatever he says, that is the reason. So maybe Lord Krishna has decided there are certain important things in the 4 times. So you said dharma and moksha and all that. So you don't have to worry too much regarding that. So you just have to follow what Lord Krishna has said. And even in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that. So you don't have to worry about all worldly things. Just follow me, and that will be enough. So there is no need to ask so many questions. If you can get an answer, it's well and good. You don't have to look for an answer, or you can get an answer. Now we have Radha over here who would like to ask a question.
Hare Krishna.
I feel very inspired by your speech.
Thank
So
you.
were talking about Krishna Das ji, and you said that he went to the Kunj and he became a girl, and he could see Radharani, and when he returned back, he was still a man.
No. When he returned back, he again became same Krishnadas, man. I forgot to tell that. He came back. He became man, but he remembered what happened. That's all. But the DT he got. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. I can leave, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.